If you want to know how to properly flush your brake fluid, then you've come to the right place. Today, I'm going to be showing you two different ways of properly flushing your brake fluid in your car, and I'm going to be using this RT700 brake fluid from Torque Racing Brake Fluid. This is amazing brake fluid, pretty much for performance driving. So if you're into that sort of stuff and you want to get some of this for yourself, then use the link in the description down below. Go to torqueracingbrakefluid.com, and at checkout, use my code HAPPYHILL for 10% off your next order. And with all that out of the way, let's get into how to flush your brake fluid. To get started, you're going to want to brake torque on your wheels. Once the torque is broken on all of your wheels, it's time to jack up the car. Now I'm gonna lift my car up completely and set it onto 4 jack stands, but you could do it whichever way you want. You could even just use the jack, do each wheel at a time. It's a little bit more time consuming to do it one at a time, so I highly recommend just raising up the vehicle entirely, getting it onto 4 jack stands, having all of your wheels off so you can get everything done in one go, get your brake fluid flush done, put everything back on, and then get on your way. Once you got the car on jack stands, it's time to remove the wheels so that we can get access to the calipers. Once your car's on jack stands and your wheels are removed, you need to open the hood to get to your reservoir. Open the hood, and then go ahead and locate your brake fluid reservoir, which in my case is gonna be on the driver's side right here. For my car, there's an access panel right here for the brake fluid reservoir. So all I gotta do here is push in on these tabs, one right here, one right here. Pull this up, pull these away, and set it to the side. Taking a look at the brake fluid reservoir, as you can see, the brake fluid is pretty high up there. It's actually at the high point right now, and that's probably due to me pushing in on the pistons when I was replacing my brake pads earlier. So this is fine for now. And opening up the cap really quick, just take a look inside. There's like a little filter thing right there. That'll help to catch anything that might get in the reservoir as you're filling it, opening up the cap. Once you locate where your brake fluid reservoir is in your engine bay, then you can finally know the pattern that you're gonna need to use to flush your brakes. The proper method of flushing your brake fluid is to start with the caliper that is furthest away from your reservoir. In my case, with my reservoir on the driver's side, that means I will have to start with the passenger rear, the furthest away from that reservoir. Then I go to the driver rear, the passenger front, and then the driver front, and then you're good to go. There are a few different techniques that you could use to properly flush your brake fluid. Now I have 2 different methods right here. The first one I'm gonna be showing you is the vacuum bleeder kit. Now how this works is you have 2 different tubes attached to a bottle. The first tube goes to your vacuum pump, and the second tube goes to your brake bleeder. Essentially what happens is you press up this tube in here to create a vacuum so that whenever you have this on your brake bleeder and you crack the bleeder open, the vacuum's gonna go ahead and suck out all the brake fluid. The second method I'm gonna be showing you today is a method that I personally use a lot and I prefer. It's a little bit quicker and just works very well, and that is a bottle and a tube. What you're gonna be doing with the bottle is filling it up about 1/2 inch with new brake fluid and sticking the tube all the way down at the bottom, then attaching the other end of the tube to the brake bleeder. Now with this method, you could either do it solo or with a helper as well. And this method is great because what happens is you can keep the brake bleeder open without any air getting in because the tube is going to be submerged in new fluid. So with this method, it essentially hinders any air getting back into the system, and you could leave it open while you press on the brakes yourself. I'm going to start things off using the vacuum bleeder just to show you guys how this thing works, and then I'm going to swap to my method and then get the rest of the bleeding done with that method. First things first, make sure to remove the dust cover from the bleeder valve on your caliper. Set it up here so you know where it's at. And then with the brake bleeder kit, you're going to want to make sure that your cup has an O-ring in it and everything's attached to the lid, as well as the little tube attachment for under the lid. And then go ahead and put everything together. And once the vacuum pump kit is ready to go ahead, take the tube, put it onto the bleeder valve, make sure it's snug, and then go ahead and press up the bleeder. Now I usually press it up to about 20 PSI and see how that works. Usually that's fine. Now it's usually a good idea to use a box end wrench, but I usually use a crescent wrench just to be safe because some of these are different sizes and the crescent wrench is adjustable, so it works out for all types. Now take your wrench, making sure that the pressure valve is pressed up. Go ahead, crack open the valve, and watch as the fluid flows out. You wanna make sure that the pump stays at a good PSI to keep pumping fluid out. Now you're gonna wanna do this until the fluid that flows out doesn't look dark anymore like this and it starts looking like the new fluid. Once your cup starts getting up there, you're gonna wanna close the valve, then dump it out. Now during that process, you always want to check your reservoir just to make sure that there's still fluid in there and it's not getting air into the system entirely. And as you can see, we are now down to about the low point, which is good. We still have plenty of fluid left in there, but it's not at the max point anymore. We got a lot of it out and we just need to fill it back up again to not let air in the system. always be sure to cap it up as well. Cap up your bottle, and then continue the process. Now for the second method, like I said, you're gonna want to pour in a little bit of new brake fluid till it gets about half an inch of the way. And as you can see, that is much clearer than what we just pulled out, and this is what we want to see. So now we're gonna take our tubing, put it in the bottle, make sure that it is submerged in the fluid, and then put the other end onto the brake bleeder. Now you're gonna want your bottle to be as level as possible, so put it onto something so that it won't fall off. You can properly stabilize it during this process, otherwise it might tip over and you might not get a good amount of flow. Now that we've got the bottle stabilized and the tube is secured properly, it's time to get to flushing. Now how this method is gonna work is you're gonna go into your driver's seat, and you're going to press on the brake pedal until it stops, like right there. So everything's hardened up in there. So once you press the brakes until they were firm, it's time to open up the bleeder valve. Let's go ahead and open it up about a quarter of the way until you start seeing fluid flow out. Then we're gonna get to pumping the brakes again. So with the valve open now, go into the driver's side, press on the brakes, making sure not to go to the floor, just enough to get the fluid moving. Keep going a few times, and then get out and check. Now as you can see, we've had quite a bit of fluid flow out, and we're just gonna keep doing this until the tube is pretty much filled with fluid and the bottle gets filled up as well, making sure to check the reservoir each time we do this. Now as you can see, we have a steady stream of fluid going here. There's no air bubbles from what I could see. It's going pretty smoothly. The fluid is looking a little bit darker than what we put in, but it's not as bad as it did initially, so that's good. It means that the new fluid is starting to flow into the system. So we're gonna keep flushing this caliper for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna move on to the others. It's also worth noting that when you're doing this, whenever you go to check the fluid or you come over here to check, you always wanna close the valve just to make sure that no air has a possibility of getting back into the system. Checking the reservoir again, as you can see, we filled it up all the way to the top, and now it's almost to the low point again, so we've gotten a lot of fluid out, and this is good. So we're gonna fill it back up again, just to make sure we're safe, and then continue on with the process. Now I think you all get the gist of what you have to do, and that is the same process we were just doing until the fluid starts looking a lot clearer. Then you close the valve, go to the other side, the driver rear, passenger front, the driver front, and then once you're done with the driver front, you're done with the process. So I'm gonna get done flushing all the corners, and then I'll get back to you in a second when I'm done with the driver front. So I just got done with the driver front, patched everything back up, and made sure that my fluid is within the min and max point, so we're good there. Now before patching everything back up, it's very important to check and make sure that your pedal is firm. If it's not, then you might want to just go through the process again just to be safe and make sure that there's no air bubbles or air in general in the system. If your pedal is firm, then you're good to go. Congratulations, you just changed the brake fluid in your car, and your brakes are ready to stop you at any point in time. And if you got some good use out of this video and you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and ring the bell so you guys can be notified of more maintenance type content like this, more racing stuff, more car things with the GR Corolla. I do have some more reviews as well with other cars coming out here soon, so stay tuned for all of that. And until next time guys, keep going fast.